People never seem to rest on TikTok and always insert themselves in people's business. And as someone who scrolls on TikTok a few times in the day when commuting to school or work, I can't help but to take a notice of the tea that pops up on my For You page. And the latest tea is that TikTok is now accusing Nara Smith of lying about her age. And to completely be honest, it doesn't seem like Nara Smith will ever catch a break on that app because there are always haters finding out something about her to troll her on. Also, by now, we have all seen the new Percy Jackson show, and people are making a ton of edits about Percy and Annabeth. And even though there are a whole heap of controversies surrounding the fact that Annabeth is now black, TikTok seems to be obsessed with these two accounts of Shida and Nolan Debuk that are supposedly mimicking Percy and Annabeth. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about issues related to women or we spill the beans on celebrities in the media. So like, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Nara Smith is supposedly lying about her age on a new Get Ready With Me video she posted when she wanted to tell her supporters facts about herself. With her growing fan base, she admitted to her audience that she was born in 2001, making her about 22, turning 23 this year. But people are calling her out for lying because they found articles written about her when she got married, and apparently she told them, the journalist, that she was 24 years old and married to Lucky Blue Smith. And that was about 4 years ago, which is supposedly supposed to be making her 28 years old this year. Was Nara Smith actually lying about her age? We have no idea, but we do know that she did lie either on the videos or in the article. But my guess is that if she's 22 years old, that would make her around 17 or 18 when she did the interviews in the article. And it would make a lot more sense about her lying back then about her age, because we have all know that young celebrities, models, actors, influencers always lie about their age to receive more opportunities in the industry. We have seen this time and time again with people like Sandra Bullock, Mila Kunis, literally being 14 years old and lying to the casting directors that she was 18 years old to audition for the 70s show, which she got and was starring on that show with a bunch of 20-year-old people. Then we have Hilary Duff, Jennifer Lopez, and a lot more celebrities. So it could be the fact that she lied to the journalist about her age back then.
I am literally unwell. Have you guys heard the conspiracy theory that Nara Smith is 28 years old, not 22 years old? People are freaking out because in a recent Get Ready With Me, she said, I'm 22 years old. And a lot of the comments were saying, no, you're 28, girl, you're 28. And I was like, why are they saying she's 28 years old? The reason is 4 years ago when she got married, there were a bunch of news articles written and they said, Nara, 24 years old, just married Lucky Smith. And that was 4 years ago. So a lot of people are like, no, babe, you're 28 years old. Like, why are you making it up? The thing is, I actually don't know if she's making it up. She might have been lying back then because young models often have to make their age older to get around like loopholes and age requirements and stuff like that. So my first thought is that back in the day when she was like 15 years old, she said, no, I'm 19 years old. That way she could maybe get paid more, get bigger jobs, more adult jobs, stuff like that, and get around different like pay requirements and like parental requirements, stuff like that young models have to deal with. She probably didn't want to deal with that and she was keeping up the lie. But the other thing that confuses me is that models kind of retire when they're 21, 22 years old. So it would actually be in her best interest to make her age younger, not older. And now I'm completely blown. I have no idea. Was she lying then or is she lying now? Because now it does make sense as a young model to say you're 22 if you were 28, because she looks 22, she's absolutely beautiful, because it might get her more jobs, because who wants to hire a 28-year-old model? But maybe she was lying then, but maybe she's lying now. I don't know.
Or it could be the fact that she's just lying to us about her age. But who really cares? She cooks good food and still looks amazing on camera. And she's just on another level of class. Next, we have these two accounts on TikTok, Shida and Nolan, and people are going back and forth on these two young kids that are apparently reminding them of Percy and Annabeth from the season remake of Percy Jackson. These two teenagers only seem to just be dancing in their videos, and you would think that it's just the most wholesome thing in the world. They're just dancing. Then you read the comment section and it's an entire brawl of people telling them just to date each other or that they're Team Shida or Team Nolan because they apparently weren't filming together for a short time, and people think that they were having some form of beef. Spoiler alert, there wasn't any beef. They're just kids filming TikTok in a school with all their friends. But what shocks me about their videos is the fact that everyone in that entire school seems to look like models. Why are they all so extremely attractive? I won't believe it. This is just impossible. Maybe it's because they're teenagers, or maybe it's because I'm just a late bloomer. But why are they looking like models? It could be the fact that a lot of people in the school just carry themselves well, and everyone else feel pressured to do the same thing, so it makes in everyone their looks and carry themselves well. Or it could be that they're just extremely good-looking kids. Not to spend too much time on that, but just could we give some love to Ray William Johnson for being one of the best storytellers on the platform? Whenever his videos come on my For You page, I just can't seem to get enough of it. He has a very creative way of telling the story with all the art. And if he is the one who draws all the pictures, I have to say that I am quite impressed with his artistic skills, because it takes so much form of intelligence in the art to put any of these videos together. And the fact that he posts every single day is also quite impressive.
So one day, this woman, Karen, she's at the gym, and she meets this other woman. And Karen thinks this other woman is fine, and she immediately falls in love with her. Here's the problem. Karen is already married to this guy, James Craig. Not only that, they have like 3 kids together, so it would be really hard for her to just leave. So instead of leaving James Craig, Karen just starts going to the gym a lot more, where she regularly sees this other woman. Now the other woman, her name's Sunny, and Sunny's a personal trainer at that gym. So then Karen becomes a personal trainer as well. And now Karen and Sunny are together all the time. And eventually, they hit it off romantically. Here's the thing about Karen, though. She's an honest person. I mean, she can't keep secrets from her husband, so she goes to him and she tells him the truth, that she's having a romantic fling with this woman at the gym. Now, here's the thing about James Craig. He's a very controlling person. He has tons of rules. He gives Karen a curfew. He limits the amount of money she can spend. He insists that she smash with him every night at 8 o'clock sharp, and then he makes her go to bed by 9. It's weird. Regardless, Karen tells James Craig about her affair with Sunny. And surprisingly, James Craig is all for it. He's like, go ahead. It's not going to affect our marriage. In fact, he's so for it, he keeps trying to get himself involved. He starts sending Sunny flowers and nice texts. He keeps trying to talk them into a threesome. But unfortunately for James Craig, the 2 women don't want him involved. And then they say no. And during all this, Karen and Sunny's relationship and their feelings for one another keep getting more and more serious. And James Craig, he sees that they're falling in love. And he realizes he's losing control of his wife. And he's like, I cannot let this happen. So he goes and he accepts a new job out of state, and he moves Karen and his family far away from Sunny, from Texas to Missouri. Now, Karen moves with her family, but she refuses to let her relationship with Sunny go. So she and Sunny continue their fling long distance, through emails, through phone calls, sometimes they visit each other. But then, one night, Karen and James Craig go back to Texas to attend their friend's New Year's Eve party. So they're at this party with all their friends, and Sunny shows up, and things are about to get crazy. Now, I imagine at this point, everyone's a little drunk, and Karen and Sunny, they start openly flirting and making physical contact in front of everyone. And eventually they wander off and some people at the party catch them kissing. And James Craig finds out about this and he is pissed and he's embarrassed and he's humiliated, and they get into a huge fight, which I guess sort of devolves into a shoving match, and all their friends are standing around like, awkward. So then James Craig feels like he has no other choice. He gives Karen an ultimatum. It's either Sunny or me. So then a few weeks later, Karen files for divorce. And this is where James Craig starts losing his mind. His behavior gets all erratic. At one point, he commits battery on Karen and gets arrested. So Karen's like, F this, and she takes the kids and she moves out. And then James Craig becomes obsessed with her. He starts stalking her a little bit and spying on her. At one point, he takes the air out of her tires and installs spyware on her home computer. In fact, he becomes so obsessed with Karen, he starts looking at old family photo albums during work. And he eventually gets fired. And with no job and no family, at 46 years old, he embarrassingly has to move back to Kansas and live with his parents. Then, sometime later, Thanksgiving rolls around. And that evening, Karen and the kids are at their grandmother's house, which is also in Kansas, about an hour away from where Craig and his parents live. So Karen, the 3 kids, and the grandmother are in the house. And then suddenly, boom, Craig busts in through the back door, and he's carrying a rifle. And Karen is there in the kitchen with their 10-year-old son, Sean, and they are scared out of their minds. So then James Craig, he picks up the rifle, and he aims it at Karen, and he shoots her. Twice. And she falls to the floor, while Sean, he's able to duck down and he runs out the back door. But James Craig, he just keeps going through the house. He goes to the living room and he shoots Karen's 89-year-old mother. And then he shoots his own 18-year-old daughter. And then finally, he goes upstairs and he shoots his other daughter. She's 16. Meanwhile, 10-year-old Sean, he runs to a neighbor's house and he has them call police. The next morning, police find James Craig and they arrest him. Here's his mugshot. So he goes to trial and he's found guilty of capital murder and he's sentenced not to life, but to death. And to this day, he's still alive, but he's on death row. And this all happened in Missouri, so shout out to Missouri.
Well, that is my opinion on the Nolan Sheeda situation and Ray Johnson Williams and Nara Smith lying about her age. Really, that woman just can't seem to catch a break on TikTok. The internet is obsessed with her, and the amount of hate she gets is just extremely unreal. I just have to say, this whole debate going back and forth with her about her kid's age, we have to remember that she did say that she was born in South Africa and then she moved to Germany. Maybe it could be the cross-culture mix as to why her kids' names are so different. We have seen time and time again of people who live in different parts of the world having very unusual names. Like, there's sometimes I think Dutch people have weird names. So it could be the fact that she's from South Africa, or it could be her German culture. So we have to take that into consideration and stop thinking that this woman is just weird. She's just making TikTok. She's just cooking. She's doing what everyone's doing, filming their life and putting it on the internet. What's the big deal with her content? If there are people that can literally post videos upsetting people, like literally harassing people on the street, then we have women posting videos talking about join on OnlyFans, make an OnlyFans account, you can make so much money. We have men like Andrew Tate posting all these videos talking about being a pimp. What's the problem with her cooking? We literally have celebrities literally saying they're worshiping the devil, and you literally have Nara Smith just making videos and people are getting mad. Come on, man. You guys have to be, if you want to give her this energy, you have to keep it to everyone else too. It's just being fair. But the woman is doing nothing. Her content, there's nothing wrong with her content. She's just cooking. Well, that's all I have to say. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.